So hello everyone, welcome back to our second session for today's class. So for the first session, we have learned the zero conditionals, and in this video lesson, we will study another subject. As you already know, if you look at the class schedule, the lesson that you are about to study is the speaking to the 3A. Unfortunately, we have finished all the 6 units in that books already, and there are a lot of speaking form that we have covered in those lessons. That is why in today's video I would like to focus on the skill that is very useful, which is the reading skill, as you can see right here. So for you, reading will be a lot of challenging tasks to do in the exam. But after you study some of these techniques, I believe it will be very beneficial for everyone to read effectively. So what are we about to do in this video, right? Let's look at the content. So the content here, we are going to study two basic skills of the readings. We focus on the skimming and the scannings, right? So what is skimming and what is scanning? So we will study the definitions and the techniques of these two strategies. So what is skimming? We start off our lesson with the skimming lesson. So what is skimming? Actually, when we talk about skimming, we need to understand the reading strategy. What is the most challenging thing for you to read during your exam? All right, you have short time. So imagine you are giving only 20 minutes to read. Only 20 minutes, okay? Only 20 minutes to read. So in this 20-minute time, you need to read around 500 words. So can you do that easily? No, right? It's very difficult to read everything in 20 minutes. It's very short time. That is why you need the skill called skimming skill to help you fight with the time limit. So how to do the skimming skill? Alright, so skimming refers to one of the reading strategies when you read a text to get the basic overall idea rather than concentrating on absorbing the detail. So in a simple word, skimming, you need to read for the main idea only. You just find out what the text is about, what is the important idea in this reading text, rather than looking every detailed information there. We have no time to do so. We have no time to read the whole text. That is why we need to skim through the text, which means we have to look at the introductions, what is it about, look at the title of the readings. So if you look at the three pictures right here, there are two approach of reading, two way of reading. We call top-down method or top-down approach, which means you read the text from a general views. You read for the general information rather than specific information. But if you read a bottom-up approach, which means you read for detailed information to get the main idea. So skimming refers to the first approach of reading, which means you read for only the important idea of the passage only. So what to do when you practice the skimming method? So for the skimming, we already know that we only want to focus on the main idea. So here are the strategy that you need to do. First, read the question. It is important to read the question first before you start the reading exercise. It will be very beneficial for you if you read the question and then skim through the text to find the answer for those specific informations. And then read the title of the text and any subheadings, because in the reading text they always come with the title. By looking at the title, you know what the text is about. And then you need to read the first paragraph to see where the article or the reading passage is heading or is talking about. Generally, the first paragraph is the introduction, right? And in the introduction, there will be the main idea there. So you get what the passage is about already. And then read the last paragraph. So the last paragraph is the conclusion. Sometimes the author summarized the whole reading passage into only a few lines in the last paragraph, which is in the conclusion. That is why the introduction and the conclusion are very important part for you to read when you start the reading exercise. And the important things, the last one is also important because some tests, they also include the picture, the diagrams that related to the topic of the lesson. So if you look at the picture or the diagram, it can tell you a lot about the reading passage already. So let's practice what we have taught to see what skimming really looks like. Okay, so here everyone, this is the reading passage. Generally it's short one, but to demonstrate the power of skimming, the first thing that you need to do is to read question. Unfortunately, there is no question right here. But if I ask you what is this reading passage about, without looking or reading the whole passage right here, you just look at three things. First of all, the first sentence of each paragraph here and there. So you will understand what the passage is about already. And then there's picture. So picture right here, picture right here. This picture will tell you about the passage. So the first picture, they talk about the butterflies. And the second picture, it is the insects called moth. Right? It's a type of similar insects that look similar to butterfly. So without reading the whole passage, you already understand the passage is about these two insects, right? So this is the powerful way of skimming through the text. Another way. So remember, first of all, we need to read the question right here. So when was the first skateboard created? Okay, so this reading passage, they talk about the skateboard because as you can see, we have the illustration is the boy holding the skateboard. The title is also the skateboard. And then the first question they ask the time, when was the first skateboard created? So to skim for this specific information, we need to look at the keyword. So the keyword is the word created and the year. Alright, if you look at this passage here, there is only one number represents the year. So the correct answer must be in 1950s. So it's very quick and easy. Another strategies here, if you encounter this type of question, which sentence best state the main idea of the story? Okay, this is the question. You know the question. Now let's look at the first paragraph. Although they look similar, a hare is not a rabbit. There are several distinctions. So these are the first sentence and the main idea. And it is also the answer to this first question. So hare look like rabbits. Hare have longer ears than rabbits. Hares and rabbits share many characteristics. Hares and rabbits have distinct differences, right? So they use the synonym to trick you in this type of question. They use the word differences in the question, but in the passage they use the word distinction. But these two words are the same. So the correct answer is the last one. So as you can see, skimming is powerful. Without reading the whole things, you understand what the passage is about, the main idea of the story already. Okay, let's move on to the last skill for today's video, which is the scanning. So what is scanning? If you look at the picture here, which is the machine that scans the text. So scanning refer to the method that you scan or you find specific information, you find detail, which is a little bit opposite to the skimming. Skimming, you want to get only the main idea. However, when we talk about scanning, we want to find specific information in the reading passage. So how to do the scanning? So first of all, it is very useful for the reading exercise. You need to read the questions so you know what you are going to scan for. So by reading the question, and then you need to identify the keyword in that question. When you get the keyword in that question, find the relevant part of the text as quickly as possible. And then avoid reading the text line by line, which is very bad method because you will waste a lot of time by reading the text one line at a time. So just pick through it and then find the specific keywords in the text and then look at those specific sentences that has the keywords. Right? So here are the type of question that you will need scanning method to deal with all this type of question. So as you can see right here, these are the multiple choice question. They give you a choice to choose. To choose the answer correctly, you need to find the answer in the reading passage, right? But as I said, time is limit for the reading exercise. You have only 20 minutes or you have only 10 minutes to do this type of exercise. You cannot read the whole things. That is why skimming and scanning are very useful. So to do this type of exercise, first of all, you need to read the question and then read the choice and find the keyword. So move away is the keyword. So when did the move occur? So the word move, we talk about time or the months. So these are the keyword. When you get the keyword, go to the text and then find specific information, something related to the months, something related to specific people. So you need to find these informations very quick. Another type of exercise, which is true-false statement. Okay, so these are very popular test item. True-false statement is also very popular, and you can also use the scanning method to deal with this type of question. So here we have eight statements. To decide whether each statement is true or false, you need to first locate the keyword. So fantasy tale are based on real event. So fairy tale. So what is fairy tale? To understand this, you need to look at the text, right? So fairy tale is a made-believe story that usually include imaginary beings such as fairy, giant, or creature. So you can answer the first question. Fairy tale are based on real event. Is it true or false? Sure, it is. It is false because here they say it is imaginary things. So you can find this first statement in the first paragraph. So to state a favorite story is an opinion. So here the keyword is opinion. So you need to find something related to opinion in the paragraph so that you can find the answer. So let's do this one. Okay, so let's find the word that has the meaning related to opinion. Okay. Thompson. Okay, this is form just but it's in fact some characters even very one example is King's also. This to state a favorite stories is opinions. Okay, this one may be not in the books. Let me find this. It's based on reality. Okay, so after a few tries, I can say that the statement number 2 is not given. Okay, because you cannot find this information in the text. Why I make a quick decision? because I scanned through it and there is nothing or no sentences related to the word opinions. Okay, so everyone, these are the important of the skill that you need for your reading exercise. Without the skill, you will struggling and read all the things to find the answer. This is a very short text in your level. However, when you get to the university, you will read a longer text. That is the reason why you need a skill to read. And skimming and scanning are the basic skill that you need to master from now on, to make sure in the future when you read something you can get the information from those texts quickly. So everyone, that's it for our video lesson today, and I hope you really use the skill which is skimming and scanning effectively in your reading exercise. So everyone, now it's time to say goodbye. See you tomorrow.